I guess we're live.
Oh, wait.
Hello.
Oh,
Are we?
hello.
I
Oh
think we're
God.
live.
Okay, we are live. I hope everybody can hear us. Give us a hell yeah if if you can hear us. Okay, that's good. That's good to know.
Great.
Uh, Welcome everyone to the final game of Pantsless Pride 2025. We are finally here. We have seen some amazing games, some amazing initiatives, as well as some amazing donations. What are we at right now? We're at $1,100. Holy shit! That blows my mind right now. And thank you, players, for being in this game. Thank you, all of you who are viewing this stream from wherever in the world. We are here to be playing a game of Mapper Monday. But before that, this Pantsless Pride stream is benefiting PFLAG, who are PFLAG. They are an incredible organization who are dedicated to supporting, educating, and advocating for LGBTQ plus people and those who love them. So please feel free to donate. If you, for any reason, if you can't donate, just hang out with us. That also helps getting the word around about this incredible organization. I am so sorry. I'm getting calls after calls. Uh, God damn. I'm so sorry, guys, for this sudden sudden
Wants your
interruption.
attention right now.
Fuck. Oh shit. Yeah. Okay. I'm back. I'm back. The somebody was asking for an OTP, and I had to like quickly give it to them, and that happens. That's a perfectly normal part of the day. Uh, but yeah,
Oh shit!
did our stream die?
No! We're having a follow-up game. I think.
What?
3 sales, let's fucking go!
Uh. Okay. Okay.
Well, I guess we better make this thing good.
Yay!
Okay. So we are going to have a follow-up game. I'll discuss this with Steve because I do this every time where I say like if this happens we're going to do a follow-up game and I completely hijack over his channel. So thank you Three Sales Studios for this amazing donation. We are definitely going to have a follow-up game. And let me just talk about you know a few giveaways that we have in store. So uh, I think it should be up on the screen or in the chat of if you donate this much, what can you get? So I don't know what the code word is to like, hey, like if you donate some this amount, you will get this or that, and that you can actually change some of the outcome of the game. You can help our players get clues, etc., etc. Uh, but without further ado, I'm going to talk about a little bit about the game of Mappa Mundi. It's an ecological and exploration RPG. It's narrative first, although the jeopardy here isn't really of you're going to do battle. We are here talking about preservation, about the stories of monsters and creatures. So, if everyone's cool with it, we can get into the game. But before that, again, a huge shout out and thank you to Three Sales Studios for sponsoring this and the next game, and also doing a giveaway of the Mappa Mundi RPG, an amazing RPG. So do participate in that. So players, are you ready to dive into Mappa Mundi?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Okay. Worlds are complex things. Monsters are complex beings. Humans, well, we are complex too. Our world, Ecumene, is one such complexity balled up into a planet. In centuries past, our world was connected. Travel was difficult, but people persevered. Most travelers were traders, others were scholars, adventurers, and storytellers. And always there, in the spaces in between, out in the wilds of the world, roamed monsters. Some of these enigmatic beings were titanic, while others barely reached the height of a person. They were revered, sometimes feared, but almost always protected. These manifestations of fate. Over the decades, the travelers who commonly met in the same buildings or tents, in the same cities and towns and settlements, established more permanent structures, places they could rest, trade stories and information, and solidify bonds of friendship. These places eventually became the home of the Mappa Mundi Institute, a guild for the restless, for the wanderers, for those pushed and pulled by the winds. But over time, the world itself began to change. Travel stopped. No ships came forth. No natives sent their messages. No travelers returned. Then, the monsters and the creatures of the world changed. Their behaviors and patterns, once well known and predictable, they became erratic. Some who had been protectors of their people became aggressive, while others who had lived in close proximity with people retreated into the wilds. Fate, it seems, had changed her plans. And finally, the weather changed. Rivers burst their banks, mountains passes disappeared into fog and storms, and people retreated to their homes. And all of this eventually became known as the flux. Now, 100 or more than 100 years later, this flux which divided the world into their own corners has begun to recede. The storm has calmed. Stories changed, they were lost, people transformed, governments withered and bloomed, but the resolve of the Mapamandi Institute was renewed to tell the new story of our changed world, to document life as it exists in the here and now. To observe a phenomenon is to reveal its nature. This is the theory that drives the Mapamandi Institute and inspires our chroniclers. Your role is to venture back into the world, to re-establish the links that bound us together, to find the changed places, the lost monsters, I'm sorry, what was that sound? Oh, I completely fucked up. Sorry. Oh, it happens, it happens. We are fine, we are fine. Your role is to find the changed places, the lost monsters, to observe the new and find the old, and publish their findings, to tell the story of our world. We focus on the subcontinent of Garagoma. In some other universe, somewhat similar to the medieval Indian subcontinent. It, Garagoma, is the name of the empire that rules the land of myriad spirits. Hundreds of different tribes live within this landmass, some of which only begrudgingly accept the Garagoma shorthand used to collectively describe their home. They interact with monsters and creatures on the regular. These monsters and creatures called yakshas. Whatever regions these yakshas belong to, a group forms around it, around its legend, called the mandala. This is what is common across all the tribes of Garagoma. These different mandalas also sometimes become a political force. The current ruler, Suraksha Vritrahan belongs to the Airavata Mandala, a circle composed of those who venerate the multi-trunked giant elephant, the Yaksha Airavata, for his continual protection of Garugoma against the flux. And at this point, I'll just lower the music a little bit. We are back.
Yes.
Okay, let's go. So, I'll start again. It is the celebration of Mahagrumaya Adhirohan, also simply known as the Garrus tragedy, a celebration of victory overshadowed by the celebration for life of a warrior Durupi who died thousands of years ago battling with the evil seed inside Airavata and cleansing the holy elephant in the waters of the river Garrus, a feat which would end up ending her life and ascending her to the heavens. There are legends of that can be found in the real world everywhere. But this legend ended up becoming a celebration, ended up becoming a festival. On the road to the upper reaches of Gomantara, the capital of Garukoma, we come to a colony of villas overlooking a short cliff just above the Garus River. Each home being superbly decorated, hundreds of people, servants, officials, traders, children alike, participate in decorating the city. We see four Mapamundi chroniclers huddled over a piece of paper. I'm going to go around the table and ask our players to introduce themselves first and then their characters. Let's start with Adam. Adam, who do
Hello.
we see huddled over the paper?
You see a person of indeterminate gender, partly because they are bundled up in a number of loose flowing linens, their face lightly obscured. I'm assuming this is a fairly warm place right now, so it is perhaps a little odd to see someone bundled up so much, but you see again lots of earth tones, lots of greens, browns, with just a little hint of metallic colors around the edge of the fringe, and there's just a big floppy hat which you can see they've sort of put behind them, resting on a very large very large backpack that they keep around. This, to everyone, is Bundle. To their friends, Bun. And they stand maybe 5 feet tall. I imagine they are having a little bit more trouble getting up and over the table to look down at this paper that we see in front of us.
Amazing, amazing. So, as a bundle tries to look into the paper that everybody is huddled over, Luyu, would you introduce yourself?
Pulled up on a bamboo and colorful cloth seat is sat an older woman. She has pretty dark tan skin, as dark as like someone from the continent of Domung can be in this area. And her hair is long, black, and braided behind her. And as she has a withered finger or two on the piece of paper, the most striking thing about her, to those watching, would not be anything about her appearance, but in the way that she is sat and like her state. It appears almost like someone told her when she was 20, keep your chin up, and she's been doing that for 50 years.
For 50 years.
So
Okay. As you put your chin up, Val, who do we see?
Ooh, okay. So Cielo is they're not as short as Bundle, but there's a competition for that diminutive sort of small energy. And their staff is about as big as them. It's just you're kind of wondering how this person exists this way. But they take it very seriously. They're about mid-20s. They're very eager, exuberant, hyperactive. They're really just excited to be here.
And lastly, Run.
You actually hear her before you see her. But when you do, you see Roria. She kind of has the move. She has the movement of poetry in motion, and she steps towards wherever people are gathering, wearing silk layered like a sky aflame at sunset. There's saffron, vermilion, deep turquoise. On the edge of each layers, there are blue embroideries that kind of shifts like rippling water under a moonlit sky. And the steps are always like dance moves. There are gestures that is formed like a question mark and then followed by an answer. And then there's also like dozens of tiny bells hanging from the hem of her shawls. And she can always tell people that the chime of the bells are through the blessing of the wind. She's a reader of spice and interpreter of the whispers of the wild, a diviner not of books, but of birds, winds, scent, and the rhythm of the wild. She will kind of, her motto is, when we ask the wild to answer, do not ask me what will happen, ask me what it tastes like.
That's beautiful. For the context of the viewers, all four of our characters are currently embodying the chronicler class that is available in Mapamandi RPG. There are four available classes, and it's been everyone has picked one. So yeah, this is a very fairly diverse crew that we have here, and we see this diverse crew huddled over the paper which was given to you, a task set by your institute leader, Bhumika Yantravadi, or Bhumi, as you just call her. In the report, it says, we have heard reports of irritable white foam like material in the Garus River in the past few days. There have also been strange lullaby like sounds that have been heard from the river, which is uneasing the nobility of Komantara. You are to report findings and, if possible, the source of these sounds. It is possible that there may be some aquatic creature that is being affected by these foams. Now, you were told to go near the where most of the nobility live, where the villas are, and this is almost like a near a cliff which overlooks the Garus River. And at this point, we're going to participate in some shaping, a little bit of shaping for this section. Uh, these are all very noble houses of different tribes. Garugoma generally is a very diverse, very, very diverse subcontinent. And because of the flux, there have been diaspora who have also integrated into the cities, into the noble life, into all different parts of Garugoma. And currently, they're all busy, decorating stuff, decorating the streets, decorating their houses, and everything. So let's participate in a bit of a shaping and tell me what you think is happening at the moment. We'll go the opposite direction this time, and we will start with Dan.
Yeah.
What kind of decoration in houses do you think we see, currently being done for this festival? And mind you, whatever you set out for, the next person, do not contradict it. Feel free to add more to it. So,
Okay.
Ran, over to you whenever you're free.
There are houses that is standing on the side of the river with almost like a stilt-like structure at the bottom. And that portion of the house, especially at low tide, is being decorated as a feature rather than something that is to be hidden. There are strands woven with different natural organic material, as well as strewn with beads and pebbles and geodes, stones of various different colors and shapes that represent the memory of the space itself, the memory of the house as it has existed in this place as a part of the nature. There is a gradient in the color to it. And then when the light just hits right, you can see flecks of light starts to flow outwards from the woven stilts underneath the house that looks just like the shape of dragonflies and moths.
Amazing. So you guys know the noble houses in this colony, because you've been told they're called Kisha, Shena, Purohitra Nama, Nabsil, and Al Shams. I know none of you got that. Do not worry about it. So these are all the huge villas. You're walking down like the main street, and you see all these villas on either side. There are trees and gardens which are also being decorated. There are gardeners were working on the streets, either cutting the grass or planting flowers or just shaping some trees. Uh, Val, what else do you think we see here?
So this is it's a noble's house section, right? I'm trying to visualize it a little better.
There are different houses. There are different
Mhm.
villas in the street, all belonging to different nobility. So yeah, we're just walking down the street currently.
And there's a celebration going on, right?
Yes,
Okay. So, and the celebration is for
the Garrus tragedy. That's the name of the festival.
like life and death sort of situation.
Yes, or rather ascension.
Ascension. Okay. Um, so Cielo in particular is from this little diaspora group from across, I guess, the ocean. And they don't have a Dia de Muertos here, but they've sort of adapted that a bit to the space. And there's a lot of paper hangings in the like between the buildings, and just a lot of marigolds, just a lot of yellow in the certain spots. Not on every building, but just some of them. So you kind of get that sense of diaspora of like, this isn't, these groups are celebrating and combining in that way. And Cielo's just seeing that, feeling very happy.
Amazing. As you continue to walk down, you also see a bunch of street vendors, either selling fruit candies or equivalent of medieval fruit candies. Uh, and some have made these things from ice. Homemade. Why are they homemade ice? I don't know how they did it. Let's just break suspension for a moment and let's just assume they have ice, and they're pouring this, how should I put it, kind of a bitter liquid over it, and children are buying it and are eating that ice. And there are some street vendors who on their cycles who are selling some decorations as well. Some are selling long walking stilts, because we see some people walking on like long ass stilts, trying to getting up into trees, and decorating them, and then moving forward and decorating the other trees, all while walking on like 10-foot stilts. As we keep moving forward, Luyu, what do we see?
Well, when the great heroine took the kernel of evil from the heart of Arivata, the way that it's been described in legend of the evil floating back into the wider universe and dispersing, they describe it almost like rainbow petals floating in the wind, almost like the colors of the Barangbonga, the great primeval bird that flew across the world and founded this place. And so, in honor of that ascension, a lot of people, instead of things like paper confetti or whatnot, people will take and grow for like a long time over the years. They'll grow various colored flowers, and sometimes they'll feed it colored water so that the petals are vibrant, and they pick it off for this festival. And when people celebrate, they throw these dried, preserved petals into the air, and it is a rainbow of color and gorgeous.
Amazing. And with this, you also see a few children who have made things out of colored feathers and are kind of wearing it as a kind of a shield, or kind of wearing it on their shoulders, almost like a protective gear, like a warrior gear, who are going out there to fight evil. And you see, like, the feathers are itself in kind of like rainbow colors on their shoulders, some in the back, some are wearing it as kind of a headgear. um, Lastly, Adam, what else do you think we see here?
I think that you had mentioned there were a couple of food and decoration vendors around. I think in addition to these, like all of this rainbow, there are some, like, I'm gonna say pastries. There are these decorated pastries that are sort of colored, like they're very intricate coloring on it, where it sort of goes out in a gradient. And sort of representing the ascension, right? Like going from death to life to death. It just sort of these sort of almost like bullseyes, but it's just sort of this gradient on this little circular pastry. And I think they're probably comically large, like like, you know, at least head sized. Like one of them is good enough for like 2 or 3 siblings to split, sort of deal. And I'm sure we see a bunch of kids sort of fighting about it, like who gets the biggest piece as they're trying to rip off bits of it and scamper down the street.
uh, as they are scampering down the street, you also see some kids who are wearing, blankets in the form like of a kind of like a poncho, very thin cotton sheets, and almost like wearing it as if it's like a robe that a warrior kind of wears. uh, and you see like it's painted in all blue and white and pink. Some are painted in different colors, because it was generally known that Durupi was a very colorful person. She didn't shy away from wearing all sorts of colors. So in some legends, she's seen wearing just red and blues, like really saturated red and blues. In some legends, she's seen wearing blue and white and pink, and in some legends, she's seen wearing all the colors, all the primary colors, all the rainbow colors. So it's all about, do you need to follow a particular legend? No, but it's good to have variations in the story. As you keep moving forward, there were a few noble houses which had complained the most that, one, their drinking water has gone bad, and two, they're getting some stench as well from the river which is just below them, just beyond the cliff. And it has mainly come from the last villa of the cliff. the one which belongs to the noble house of Shina. As you approach this, you see this uh, red brick structure with wooden fortifications. Fortifications not really meant for safety, but rather for beauty. You see plants, all sorts of crawlers on different structures, on different windows, and it looks like a very airy villa. Lots of airs, and lots of people are running around from here and there. ए भाई वो जल्दी ला, प्लीज ब्रिंग इट फॉरवर्ड. ओके, यू टेक इट देयर. हाँ, वहां पे ठीक ठीक से just swing it from down. It should look pretty here, and there's lots of hustle and bustle around. People are shouting here, and like the celebration is coming fast. The actual festival happens tomorrow. There's a 10-day celebration period, and the actual festival happens on the last day. So it's the last moment rush happening. You see a, a guy, dressed in white kurta and dhoti, running just running out of the house, and he stops, looks at you, says, uh, yes, can I help you? I'm Do you need anything from Our Lady? Why are you guys here? We are really, really busy.
We've been sent by Vumi to investigate your water issues. You're having water issues, yes?
Oh, yes. Oh, you're from the institute, right?
Yes.
Okay. Namaskar. My name is Karan. I'm the head servant of this household. Okay, I will lead. अरे भाई हटान, अरे यार क्या, अरे उसको हटा प्लीज हटा दे. हाँ हाँ ठीक है, उसको उठा के. हाँ भाई, just give me one moment. Yes, please bring fresh round of drinks for our guests, and you please move away. No. You can't stand there. No, please. You can stand over there beneath the shade, not here. Yes, please. Yes, you may come in. And he sort of leads you into the villa. The villa itself is not lavish in the sense that it has stuff in it, but the walls itself is the stuff. You see decorations of all kinds of animals that you see there, of peacocks, of different birds, of chickens, even of fishes, of dolphins, of starfishes. It's where the entire walls are filled with motifs. Some are filled with legends drawn, painted from one corner to the next, almost like a story. And you enter into the main veranda, or the main angan, which is at the center of the villa, which is a huge open space with a fountain in the middle and stone seatings made especially just to be for people to relax. You see two women sitting there chatting over a cup of tea. These are specialized milk tea made with different spices that they are having. And you see, and they're almost twinning at the moment, both of them wearing purple saris with hair up in a bun with white flowers in their buns itself. You see one of them say, you must be from the Mapamundi Institute. Yes, please come in. Please come in. Yes. Karan, did you tell them for the drinks? Yes, thank you. Please have a seat. Would you... So, I'm having a lot of trouble with the water and the smell recently. I do not know why this has happened. This has happened all in the past 10 days. And I was wondering if you would be kind enough to venture out. I know it's not your actual job to go into and do these kinds of things, but I would really, really, really appreciate it if you could kind of go down near the river and see what is actually being wrong. And the sounds, those are very, very weird sounds that are coming from the river. I would really appreciate it if you could. I mean, you all work with animals and creatures, right?
Yes.
Definitely.
So this must be right up your alley. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know. This is Fiza, my close friend. She's advising on all of these decorations and the new materials that we are using to decorate this. I feel like we right, Fiza, we are going to have the best decoration this time of the festival. Yes, my dear, we're going to have the best decoration of all this. This fire snow material that I've recently found out from the southern regions of Garagoma. It's amazing. I mean, look at the kind of saturation that we're getting in the paints itself. It's amazing. I know. Oh, I'm sorry. I keep getting away ahead of myself. Uh, is there anything that you would like to know about this? About
Every detail could be important.
okay. So where should we start? So about a week ago, uh, my son, he's not here, he started hearing these very lullaby like sounds out of the window, which sounded like whistles, almost whistles and clicks. At first he thought it was a ghost, and he thought maybe a monster was coming to eat him, but I assured him that it was not so. um, but I observed it one night for myself, which scared me, which really scared me. And we also started smelling this jeebsa smell, this weird smell that was coming from the river. That honestly wasn't there before, and it's really putting off the vibe of this festival.
Why is it that it scared you when you heard the lullaby?
It just sounded unnatural. I mean, what the the birds don't make that kind of sound. I mean, like if I try, even I couldn't make it. And I could make kind of bird sounds for my son when he was young, but this wasn't any bird. This was something strange. This was something darker.
If you seek us out for help,
I
it
do.
is not. We do this not because it is our job, but it's because it's a calling. So perhaps the sound from the river is in itself a calling.
Well, be that as it may, uh, I'm sure if it called for me, I wouldn't venture out down the cliff into the trees, into the wetlands, and into the river. That is not our calling, my dear. Our calling is to be the noble house of Shina and to keep Gomantara alive with decorations, with colors, with prosperity. That is our calling.
I can really see the attention to detail that you have in this house, the wall, the masonry. It's all beautiful from one artist to another. Could you tell me a little bit about this fire snow?
Ah, Fiza, dear, is Debo around? Yes, Debo. Debo! Debo, what are you doing? Please come here. Stop lollygagging around, stupid. Uh, and you see this person come in. You're not. You cannot. Particularly conform into a particular gender, and they are dressed modestly, but dressed in a way that wearing loose clothes in such a way, wearing lungi, that if the way they walk, they're almost, it looks like they're gliding a very straight walk. A very straight walk? No, absolutely not. There are no straight walks in this stream, by the way.
During Pride Month? Really?
Really? Really?
Possible.
Uh, yes, Fazad. Can I help you? Oh, hello. Do you need any help? Fiza, I'm Fizza is my main contractor. I'm the decorator for this space. Do you need any help with decorations? I am your person.
Well, we heard from House Sheena that you have this amazing new substance called Fire Snow. Can you tell us a little bit about it? I heard it's making your art really pop.
Oh, so I acquired a huge payload of the fire snow from the south when I was doing my travels in the south, and uh, these are it is this huge blocks of powder, and they are able to conform to any color that we so choose. We just it just needs a bit of color, and it acquires a very saturated tone with that color itself, and it gives a very nice shiny texture to wherever we paint it. It brightens up the clothes, the walls. I'm not sure about the food, but we are trying to find ways to make it non-toxic so that people can consume it. But yes, as paint itself goes, yeah, we have used it to decorate this entire household for the past 10 days, and everything is being painted with it. And the rest of whatever is left, we try to mix it with the soil because people in the south believe it helps the trees grow. So yeah, this is the fire snow that that we have been using.
I think,
Uh Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think at this bundle perks up and hasn't said much, but has been rummaging around in their bag um, since the two women had started mentioning how awful the smell was. And at the moment that Fire Snow comes up, Bundle has produced a just very large brick of incense, um, and has just placed it over by the tea, um, and just very quietly says, uh, "To brighten up the room." And then at the mention of the fire snow and the non-toxic, or trying to make it non-toxic for food, um, Bundle, very concerned, looks over and says, do you have some? Could we look at this?"
They were just there's a twitch in the eye. I would like you to make a inner working skill check.
Sure.
This will be using your deduction ability.
Perfect.
And for this, I think since since their eye kind of twitches, I think the target will be a 2.
Okay. Well, great. Well, that's cool because I rolled a 1. So, you gave me an easy swing and I missed.
Hey, the dice rolls as they will. Uh, you see, he kind of like, unfortunately, uh, all of our fire snow is currently in process of being used up. You're free to come sometime later to check them out, but currently they're all being mixed to help uh, paint the villa around, and paint some of the other villas as well upon their patronage, and as well as some of the boats, some of the fishing boats that we see. So
You said
unfortunately, none of them are here.
you said some of them is being mixed with the soil.
No, just the residue, because I have seen in the south these being used in the forest to grow, beautiful flowers. So and what was it that they said? What was it that they said? Oh, different languages. Sometimes I forget uh, what the exact words, but they said that uh, we be steadfast in use with trees and roots. So I think that was what they said, yes. So we've been
Indeed.
using it to, brighten up the trees around here as well.
Can you take me to one? The tree
Sure, but I do not
or the
think.
residue?
Sure, I think you wouldn't see. It's just been like a couple of weeks, so I don't think you would see a lot of change. But yeah,
I
usually,
understand. I'll
absolutely,
still like to.
absolutely. Uh, would you like to? Would all of you like to come, or is it just you?
It would be good to see.
Amazing, amazing. A house tour indeed. A house tour indeed. Is it all right, Miss Swami? The head of the house said, "Yeah, sure, go ahead." And uh, they lead you out of the villa around the surrounding area of the house itself. Trees, they are growing. I mean, they're huge trees. They have been here for almost like a century or so. Uh, and you see all of the trees have these certain, these bricks laid out around them, and some of the servants in this household are busy planting other seeds. Some of them are watering the trees. Some of them, you see actually one of them pouring a bucket of something into a mango tree near the roots of the mango tree. And Debo says, uh, right on time. So this is what we're doing, and you see the way they're pouring it. It's almost like a sheen on top of the water, not a rainbow sheen, but almost something grayish, which as soon as it hits the soil next to the tree. Actually, at this point, I would like one of you to roll me an observation check. Who would like to do that?
I
I'm
wouldn't
kind of
mind.
running towards it. If you want to observe, I'm
Sure.
more thinking of jumping into action a bit.
Sure.
Go ahead.
So, yeah, roll me an observation check. This will be a difficulty of, yeah, same, 2.
So 3.
3. On a 3, you notice for a fraction of a second white bubbles before it gets sucked into the soil. So yeah, for now only you're able to notice it. The rest of the party doesn't actually catch it. He says, "Yeah, this is what we're doing," and he touches the bark of the tree, and looks pretty solid, fresh, um, um, fresh leaves. You see the mangoes up above. They haven't riped yet, which is they should be ripening anytime soon, but they haven't ripe yet. But there are lots of mangoes on that tree itself. Unfortunately, the mangoes aren't ripe yet, unless you want to have the unripe mangoes, cut it and have it with some red chili powder and some salt. You're free to have them, but the mangoes aren't ripe. That's it.
I'm going to step towards the mango tree and just you hear the chime of the bells as Roria steps over. And she's gonna stroke down the bark of the tree all the way to the the base of the root, and then she's going to dip her hand into the root where the substance is being poured onto it, and then try to taste it.
Okay, so try to taste it, you said.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. I thought, okay. So is this a particular check? Let me just quickly see. Is
While you're checking, I believe
yeah.
someone has redeemed something in chat. to perhaps tell us everything.
A few somethings.
Oh, is it? What? Has it? Okay. Tell them everything? Okay. That
Lot of clue drop.
wait, hey, that wasn't exactly the incentive there, but I will give you a clue. That sneaky, very sneaky. Uh, but I will give you a clue. You don't need to roll for this or anything. Uh, as soon as you kind of taste the soil and the roost where it mixes, it feels like there is something running up in the veins of the tree itself, which will eventually, it could eventually make it rot. It won't be soon, anytime soon. It might take years, if not months, if not weeks. It might take years or decades. But,
Okay.
the seed has been planted for that thing to occur.
Okay. I don't know which particular skill she can use, but she's gonna
Tell me
try
what
to
you want to do.
communicate
Yeah.
with the tree,
Mhm.
and she doesn't use words, but with the very subtle movements of her limbs and using fingers to trace the sigil and notes on the surface of the bark. She's trying to communicate to it, I am sorry about what has been forced upon you, the change that has taken roots. We do not see what is being reflected, but I recognize the pattern. What can we do to reverse it for you?
Hmm. The tree, even though it is living, it cannot communicate directly to you.
Mhm.
Uh, but I would have you make a whispers skill check.
Okay.
Uh, this will be it will be slightly difficult. I would need you to roll at least a 4 to be able to give you
Okay.
something.
Oh, exactly 4.
Oh, okay. That's amazing. So, on a 4, again, the tree cannot communicate. It doesn't have blood flowing in its veins. It cannot speak to you in any meaningful way, but you still feel the tree is alive and it can shed leaves. And a couple of leaves do shed just on top of you, and they fall right on your palm as you are, touching it, in almost like a hand putting a hand over each other manner, almost like thank you for acknowledging it. I know what is going to happen, but thank you for talking to me. Nobody talks to me. This is the sort of intention that you get. It doesn't know what you need to do. Maybe if you roll higher, I would have been able to tell. But for now, you know that the tree can feel you and it acknowledges you.
I have a skill called diagnose.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Uh, would it be okay, Ravia, if I kneel down next to you and attempt to diagnose it after I watch what you do?
Yeah, of course. I think she would actually like immediately turn around after sensing this communication and say, something is deeply wrong. Something is rotten, or it is going to rot through its core. And I don't know what it is that we can do. And look to you for help.
Ruve will tell the group of what she saw of almost like these miniature clouds bubbling from the earth for just a split moment. And she will touch the soil and the bark and attempt to diagnose with a d6.
Okay, yeah,
Vision.
please roll. The difficulty would be 3.
It's a 4.
Awesome. So let me check, what does the diagnose skill say really quickly.
Death is part of fate's design. Eventually, everyone's thread is severed and their essence returns to the earth. Illness and wounds are also parts of life, but they don't always lead to death. Diagnose is used to identify trauma in monsters and creatures. This interaction often reveals physical, physiological, or emotional behaviors related to health and sickness, and sometimes treatment options.
So
Had that in the tuck.
with this role, here's what you find out. Since again, we're talking to a tree, not exactly a creature, but close enough to it. You feel like the way that it could be saved if the tree were to be uprooted and be placed in a soil which is purer in a way, because the problem is not with the tree, the problem is with the soil and the water that is being poured on it. You can almost feel it seeping deeper and deeper into the soil. Deeper and deeper. Almost like, you know what? The river is just beside this house. Yeah,
You
and
speak
that's
of the
all.
bubble from the soil. You noticed it before. Does it look like a foam
It
that they
does.
speak of upon the river?
I believe it is the same. I think the task before us is only halfway ecological, and halfway it will be convincing or speaking to the Sheena house and Debo.
They do not understand what they are destroying is the trees, the land, the water of their descendants who are yet to be born. They're only looking for the immediate future, the decoration that they're trying to achieve. But all the water in the world is just one entire whole. So when they pour this substance down the root of this tree, eventually it connects to the river.
Cielo, I know you have eagle eyes. What do you see, and do you have any ideas for what we should do?
I'm sorry, my brain went to Legolas. What do your elf eyes see? They're taking the hobbits to Isengard. So, I do have an ability called awareness. Could I try to use that?
What are you exactly trying to do here?
I think at this point, Cielo, they're helping. They love creatures, they love monsters, they love traveling. This interacting with other people stuff is not their bag. So they're just kind of like, they've been kind of wandering around close enough still to kind of overhear everything, but where's the river in relation to like this tree?
So this house of the Sheena villa is right at the edge. Like if this is a cliff and the river is here, the Sheena house is right here, and this is where the tree is, like right here, and the roots go deep. So if you want, you can just go to the backyard, overlook the river itself.
I think Cielo is just kind of again kind of keeping close enough, but they're kind of peeking around, just kind of seeing what they can see in relation to this river. They're kind of trying to see what they haven't picked up on yet with their surroundings, not like the people and all that. Again, they're just like all of that's some noble house stuff that is none of my business. I'm just here to figure out the ground or a creature.
You go over to near the edge of the villa itself, overlooking the cliff. As you look down, you see the river is not right by the cliff. There's sort of wetland kind of an area nearby where there are small trees, lots of bushes, lots of like tall bushes over there. And then like after almost like a 100, 200, 300 meter walk, then the river begins. It's a very wide portion of the river at the moment, and on the cliff itself, you can see rocks jutting out of the cliff itself. So it's not like a steep, straight fall. I keep saying straight. What am I doing? Uh, a steep gay fall. That's that's much better. Rocks jutting out of it. And could you make me an observation check, difficulty of 2?
Okay. Oh, that's a 4. Yay.
Awesome. Between the rocks on the soil of the cliff itself, uh, it's it's not it hasn't rained for a while, at least for a few weeks. But the soil, the rocks, all of them look like they have had water poured over it. They look wet. They look like they are, I don't know if leaking is the right word. Anything, okay, any word, any sentence I say right now on Pantsless Tables is either going to get clipped or it's going to going to be taken out of context. So bear with me, please. Okay,
Go for
I'm
it.
saying more of this for myself. The soil is kind of leaking and it's going over the rocks, and it looks like they have a shine, kind of a shine to it. And you can see it's going over to the wetlands. It's not like a high tide kind of a situation where it has gone low tide and then you see the sheen of the water still there. No, it's not like that. It's But you don't see water like flowing out of a gutter somewhere, anywhere, nothing like that.
Would Cielo be able to know kind of what that like where that water is coming from?
It is coming from the soil, from the cliff soil. It is coming from there. That's the basic deduction that you feel like you will be able to connect these dots. But it's just coming from the pores of the soil. But it's not flowing. It's just condensing, and then just slowly flowing down.
Is there any like foam or obvious stuff in the river kind of
It is
in or
it is kind of obscured by lots of trees and bushes. The river is continuously flowing, so you could mistake it for, uh, if there is, you could mistake it for just regular river water form, but it's not a very apparent form.
I think Cielo will kind of walk back to the others like oil wet river that way and just kind of shrug at it and point with their staff like eh?
Following their description, can I try to see the flow of the foam towards the river and see if there is any patterns that can be read, like the behavior of the substance?
From a Currently, I wouldn't say so. This is, I mean, like, there isn't any particular check which you would be able to do to find that out. It's more of like going testing with the lab and then checking with the thing. It's that kind of a thing that you would have to check with the labs and just observe that. But it's something doesn't like.
It's more of the invisible pattern because I have a skill that says patterns. Fate adores patterns. If any could see its full extent, they say the tapestry of fate would match the beauty of the world itself. None can see fate's full plan, but you can recognize the patterns in tiny fragments of every day. So I know this thing is not part of nature, but
Mhm.
I just kind of wanted to sense its kind of behavioral pattern by interacting with it, like trying to taste it
Sure.
earlier is sort of with that intention as well.
Sure. Yeah, I think that can work. Just give me 1 second. Where did your character sheet go? Uh, because I'll ask you to make a check according to that. Okay. Please roll me an observation check. This will be. hmm, I'd say this would. I can give you some information on a 2, more information on a 3.
All right. Well, that's a 3 for you.
Oh, okay. The immediate thing that juts out is that it is this thing is natural. This thing does come from nature, whatever this material is, this fire, snow, but it is not native. It does not belong in this soil. Maybe some other. Maybe it harmonizes better with something else, but not definitely not the soil that you see here, not in this area.
Yeah.
It's kind of like an intruder.
It's
Kind,
invasive, kind of.
yeah, kind of, yeah.
Yeah. There are one of two ways to look at it. One, if a species doesn't belong to its environment, we must return it to the rightful environment. Or a second way to look at it, are there any ways for us to cultivate a way for it to adapt to it?
I think either is possible. Perhaps if we interact with the creatures that are suffering under the yoke, we will have a more clear picture.
I think that's a good idea.
I think that's a great idea. And Bundle starts to run towards the little scrubland over by the river. But I would like to make one little ability test here, just to see, because I have something called stolen opportunities.
Oh,
And stolen opportunities, making sure you can still hear me as I'm looking off to the description. Stolen opportunities says treasure is synonymous with opportunity in your mind. You have a keen eye for treasures of all kinds, and you always know the right opportunity to pilfer something you'll inevitably make use of later. So I am hoping that perhaps if I roll well enough, Bundle may spot something on the way down from where we are over to the little brushy wetland area down by the river.
stolen opportunities. What ability is that for you?
It is observation.
Observation. Which, let me, if I'm right. Okay. This would be a difficulty of 3 for you.
Sure. Let's find out. That's a 4.
That's a 4. Just hold on to that. Just remind me about that in the next phase.
Sure.
You will find something. So, as you're gathered around this tree and you see Debo just kind of like eye all of you. Um, excuse me, I know you are making all of these accusations. You don't have to speak in tongues about it. You can say that Debo, what you're doing is wrong. I don't believe I'm doing wrong. You're entitled to your opinion. You're entitled to your deduction, whatever that may be, whatever Mappa Mundi might think. But we have some things to do. We have declarations to complete. So if you could rather, Karan, bhai, sun, please come. And you see the head servant Karan in his white kurta and dhoti just like run over. Haji, Haji, uh, could you? It feels like they are interested in going down to the river below the cliff. Could you find them a way in between the villas? If there's a gully somewhere that they can use to go down to the river, uh, please do excuse me. Karan will help you out. In the meantime, I must leave.
Of course. Before we leave, I'm just gonna grab like I don't know, the head foreman or whatever who is in charge of like pouring like toxic waste, and I'm not going to ask him to stop what they're doing, but I am going to try to convince him to buy us some time by procrastinating.
Uh, Madam, I get paid peanuts for this. For doing this. I need to do this. I need to buy my daughter a new clothes. So if you can help me with that to buy her new clothes, I will. I will take an hour to pour this, given that I will have strength in my hands.
Wealth is nothing to us. If we can save a tree, if we can save a fish in the water from a fate that not only is going to affect them, but their descendants as well. Anything you can do or not do to help us.
You
This,
Oh.
as you are saying this, he's almost like when the bucket was like this. As you starts to say it, he's just like he's like, I'm not getting paid enough for this kind of a thing.
before
I will look for a different job for you.
Have you heard about the Institute?
Can the institute give my daughter new clothes if they can? Sure.
Aman, before this foreman or worker pours the toxic sludge into the earth, will you allow me to attempt to use my folk tradition skill and recall some sort of like story or like parable regarding things like greed or poisoning the earth, things like that, if that would help convince?
That is the story of the Garrus tragedy. One particular story which originated from the south, which not a lot of people talk about. But I need you to roll at least a 2 for me if you have it. If you have a particular
folk
skill for
tradition.
that.
It's deduction, so it's a d6. I have a 2/3 chance. It's a 6. Oh, nice.
Let's go.
Bad. I'll pay for these rolls later.
So, you know what? Instead of me just saying what happens, I can say it and you can just say, yeah, I say that. Otherwise, it'll be very redundant to that. So, you do know that the origin of the Garrus tragedy occurred not exactly in the north of Garugoma, but a version of it happens in the south of Garugoma, where Eravata was in fact expanding his horizons away from the mountains, the giant elephant, the multi-trunked giant elephant. And he came across a rolling hills, and he wanted the hills to be turned into mountains so that he could reside in it. And it was Durupi they're known as Daru. I know how it sounds, anybody who speaks Hindi. That's not what I am talking about. Uh, she was known as Daru, or which is for translation, which is essentially fire powder. That's what is called, the ones used in guns and fireworks. Daru, uh, she was the one who stopped Eravata, not by plunging the evil out of him, but sacrificing a part of her to soothe him. And that giving up of a part of herself, although cost her her life in the long run, that satisfied Eravata enough that the elephant thought that maybe the south should be left alone. So that is the legend. It's a different version of the Garrus tragedy, and this celebration is done in a different way in the south as well, but we are not in the south.
Perfect. So what I'll do is Uruve will put her withered hand on the shoulder kindly of the person and say, what is your daughter's name, dear?
Shabina.
I have two daughters as well. They are grown and have long flown from the home and live far away. And when you tell me about your daughter, I think of all of the love and care that I have put into my own children and the hope that for their entire lives, they will be able to eat delicious food, drink clean water, and look forward to days where they can see this for their own children. An hour will hurt you. We understand this. But the risk may hurt your daughter more. I ask that you consider this in the spirit of the festival.
At this point, he is exhausted.
Sorry.
He keeps the bucket down. He doesn't pour it all out. He's like, I'm going to take a break.
Oh, you know what? Before you take a break,
Yeah.
I won't bother you any further. I have something that might be worth a little bit of your time.
Yes.
Aman,
Yeah.
while we've been playing, I've been doing a side activity. Is it okay if Ruve hands over 2 pieces of parchment to this person as she gives him an image of the festival and an image of the cliffside painted in finger paints, which is how I use my archivist skills?
Oh shit!
And can I say, if you sell this, this will be more than worth the hour of delay that you have.
You know, if a Nat 20 existed in this game, I would grant you an auto Nat 20. But it doesn't exist. And this wasn't a roll. But
I've got paints.
But for this, I will give you something for this. So he observes it closely. And you can feel him take a breath to control his breathing. Thank you. He just like says very quietly, almost like he has struggled to bring these words out from his mouth. Thank you. He takes it quietly. Shamina is an artist too, or so she says. I think she will. I don't know if I can sell this, but thank you for thinking of my daughter. Um, I just be careful when you go down to the waters. The the waters, I've heard, because I live near them, they feel very irritable now. The waters itself, it's almost like it stings us when we bathe in it or we wash our clothes in it. Um, Sometimes we see almost like chalks of white foam in the water. And do you see the people who are walking on stilts?
Yes.
It would be good if you would use them for traversing through the wetlands. Otherwise, it might hurt you. I do believe so. I know there are some people down there as well who are working to clean it. They are not. I don't know if you know about the March Mandala. They are the March Mandala. They are a scattered group of people. They worship all sorts of aquatic life. They also consume fishes, but that's a different matter. That's their belief. But they are trying to save this river, and there are a couple of them in Komantara, and they regularly go down to the river. But I haven't seen any of them for a week now. Uh, I don't know if it's going to be of help, if they are there, or they will help you or not. But I thought that you might know, that you should know. There are some screeches there you will find. I don't know if they are good or not. Nobody knows. We just hear sounds. We just hear sounds.
Well, from Bundle, Ravia, Cielo, and myself, we thank you so much for letting us know. And I hesitate to say, I wouldn't be overly concerned. Things do sting when they're hurt and when they're put into a corner. But let's see if we can change that. Thank you, my dear. Anything before we depart? I look at the rest of the group. We depart, I guess.
That's fine.
Oh,
I'm gonna pick up the bucket and just take it with me.
Okay. I think in the rush, nobody like pays mind to a badly made bucket. Nobody gives a shit about it. You can just take it. So do you guys leave?
yes,
Take your leave?
we do.
Okay. Karan kinds of leads you out the front, and you see the people in the streets are still, very are still busy in decorating all of their households. You can see you can actually now start to spot the difference in the different colors, and some are very more saturated and bright. Some are some are looking very much more shiny than the rest. So you can probably see influences of Firestone in these different areas, in these different decorations. And you find these gardeners who are walking on stilts, and they have stilts kept on the side of the road as well, those who are working on the ground. So do you want to take those stilts for you, or what do you want to do?
What is the worth of safety versus feeling the earth? Cielo and Bundle, I know you have a closeness with nature, particularly.
Well, I like when nature doesn't hurt me.
Yeah.
I'll avoid toxic water.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, I'm mostly just physically close to the ground.
Ah,
Yeah.
Ravia,
I think I need to touch the ground.
I understand.
Some risks are risk taking, worth taking.
Sure. So
Okay. So who all? So are you taking stills? Who all are taking stills?
I think
Okay.
bundle.
Bundle.
Bundle, Cielo, are for sure.
All right.
Ravia, you are not.
I'm not.
I will choose to forego them.
All right. So, two of you approach these gardeners who are busy decorating a tree with, all sorts of, paper material and paints and everything. Uh, uh, One of them stops you. A kindly woman, seems to be in her late 40s, wearing sari in a way which is very much mobile. Uh, you know, it's very mobile for her to move in, etc. Yes, may I help you? Do you need any help? We are actually very busy right now.
We were hoping we need to go down by the river and we need to get through that little brushland area, and as you can see we are not tall. And we're kind of worried about the
Okay,
ground
okay. You
and
want
things.
stilts? There's going to be 5 copper for one pair of stilts.
Oh, yeah, okay. That I for some reason I thought this was going to be a whole social interaction, but no, that's fine. Let me grab 5 copper.
Yeah,
Cielo
give me
kind of
that.
is
You
just
want
like,
one? You want one? You want who wants one? I don't have time for negotiations. Give me 5 copper and go.
I don't have. You know what? The ground is looking fine now.
By the way, I do think you have 5 copper. Like
Do
if you want
I?
to
Okay,
spend
just
money.
kidding. Stilts are great. Just kidding.
Oh, that's so funny.
Okay, you want, madam? You do the other two. Do you want stilts?
No, thank you.
Okay, no stilts for you. Okay, take these stilts and be careful. Return them in one piece. If you do not return them, I will find an official complaint with the queen.
Shit.
Sure.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's the government's property. I'm only leasing out to you on behalf of myself.
Bundle reaches up to like shake a hand in agreement.
And she just like, हाँ ठीक है, you madam, you want one, ए चल लेकर आना, उतर उतर उतर, get down, give them your stilts, give them. And this person who was working on the tree just like gives you his pair, and there's another pair lying down on the street.
Do you have any advice on how to use these?
It's going to be a traversal check, but it should be fine.
Cool.
As long as you can find solid ground, like at the riverbed, you'll be fine.
Perfect. And yeah, I guess Cielo's gonna immediately try to like get on them, and they're like 5 foot flat. Like they're not tall. Just this
Very good,
diminutive Latino
very good, very
person.
good. You can walk now. Walk that way, and she goes back to her work.
Okay, bye. Thank you.
She is just like completely engrossed in, planting grass, touching grass, and all that good stuff.
She seems nice.
Yeah.
Is there anyone else on the street would you like to interact with before we move on to the journey phase?
Cielo's just immediately trying to figure out how to even balance on stilts. Like they've not ever done this, but they're excited.
Are you guys looking to talk to anybody on the street before you move on to the next phase?
I think for the interest of time, we can skip any other NPC interactions.
Cool.
We
Yeah,
go.
just wanted to check with you guys before we do that. All right, as we move on to
I was
the
gonna
next.
say it's
Yeah.
more so. Are there anybody you think should reasonably catch our attention that's related to the journey ahead? If not, then Rovia is already like starting to wade into the water.
Uh,
We're going.
Yeah.
I think you're fine. You would have to actively look for people. There are NPCs out there you can interact with, but like I said, for the interest of time, we can move ahead to the next phase. Uh, so before we move into the next phase, I'll does anybody want to take a break before we do that, or I just want
I
to
wouldn't
check the
mind
vibe.
Yeah.
tiny break.
Awesome, awesome. So before we go on our break, a couple of information. Please donate if you can. Donate to the PFLAG charity, which benefit all LGBTQ plus people and their loved ones around. With education, healthcare, and all that good stuff. So if you can, please donate to them. That's going to help the stream as well, and that can unlock a few things. Also, uh, please check out Mappa Mundi RPG by 3CL Studios. Before we go into the break, after we come back from the break, we'll be going to the journey phase. And before that, could you, all of you, please talk about who you are, Adam, Liu, Ran, and Val, before, we go into the break. So let's start with Val this time.
As in who I am as like a person and not my character.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Why?
How did you get here?
What's
in the
inside
stream?
your soul?
Okay, well, we don't have time to unpack all that, but hi, my name is Val or Space Valkyries. You can pretty much find me everywhere at Space Valkyries. I'm a queer variety streamer and science fiction and fantasy writer. Yeah, and that's me. Oh, my pronouns are she, they. Yes, I remembered this time.
Also, no, not also. Next, coming to Adam.
Sure. So my name is Adam Steets. You might know me from me and a friend of mine wrote a thing called One Night Strahd, which was a 5e module that won an award 1,000 years ago. You might know me from things like Fables Around the Table, from our Mothership season, or the Old Gods of Appalachia season that I ran. You might know me from running games at Gen Con and at PAX Unplugged. You might know me from the Plus One EXP streams where we are streaming Hell Whalers at the moment. Or you might not know me at all, and that's fine too. But that's where you could usually find me, is all of those places.
Next, Ram.
Hi, my name is Ran. I use she, her pronouns. You probably don't know me. I am a theater director by trade. Recently, in the last year or so, getting more into AP live streams. I played a couple of games with Girls Run These Worlds and Valdrian's servers every Thursdays for Girl by Moonlight. You can find me as Bardic Inspiration on Blue Sky, and if you're interested, there's some stuff up there that I occasionally remember to repost about. So happy to see all of y'all here.
Lastly, my name is Aman. No, sorry, I'm just kidding. Liu.
Hey, what's good? My name's Luyu. My pronouns are she, her. I have nothing to specifically plug, but all I'm going to say is if you are watching this, chances are very high that you are queer or you have someone queer in your life that you love and care about. I hope that you are finding community. I hope that you know that your life is valuable, that we want you here, and we love you so much. That's it.
Awesome. Lastly, I am Aman HK on all socials. I run games sometimes over at Pantsless Tables because I do not wear pants. That's why I'm here. And I'm also. Is it weird to be you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna say I'm also a crit nominated GM and also a crit winner from the previous year for best podcast host. This time nominated for best
Yay!
GM for Chaos GM. So if you haven't voted, vote for me, please. I would really, I would come and kiss you if you do. Not in
That-
any particular order. Yeah, yeah, okay, we can go on a break. We can go on a break now, please.
Steve is screaming, how long?
In in the words of the immortal Optimus Prime, I have come back. I have come back. We are all back. Uh, and we with this we are actually going to be going into the second phase of our game, which is also known as the journey phase. In this phase, all the interactions that our PCs have done, they're going to unlock a few journey cards. Well, I mean unlock, but what it actually is, they have tried to find out clues about the environment or the creature or monster, and it either turns the journey card rightwise in the right direction, or it is inverted. So uh, I don't know if the people are seeing that or not, but uh, for my players, ignore what you're seeing on screen, whatever you may be seeing on screen. But we're going to go into the journey phase, and I'll tell you on as we go into the journey about what cards you have turned rightwise or what cards are inverted, and that will dictate how this phase goes. This is for this game's purpose. This is a much shorter phase because it's not a long journey that you're taking. Okay. So you see Karan, the servant, take you between a gully between two of the villas, and it's not a steep decline, but the gully, has twists and turns, gradual twists and turns, and you get to know, and you get a feeling that okay, you are going downwards near where the wetlands are. It takes about 15 to 20 minutes. Uh, I just want you to, participate in a bit of shaping as you are going. Essentially, you have these two walls of, soil and earth right beside you as you're walking down the gully down to the wetlands. What are some of the things that you are seeing as you are reaching down? So for this, I think first let's go with Liu.
Sure. So the earth here is interesting because you can see really specific kind of like stratification of earth as this gully kind of like juts through a bunch of different layers. And what's great about this earth is if you like put your hand to it, initially it's quite packed in, but with the right tools and a little bit of elbow grease, you can, or one can, kind of like harvest some of the rich natural colors of soil, these deep reds like burgundy, burnt orange, sienna, all the way to almost like the green and then like bluish range, a few like little purple thin layers. And if you mix them with the right materials, you can get paint, which this is exactly how a lot of local artisans paint. And in fact, also how Uruve harvests her materials.
As you're walking down, you start to feel like the earth crunch beneath your feet, like mixture of kind of like gravel or small stones, and the crunch is almost like it's a wet crunch that you feel beneath your feet. As you start to feel like okay, you are reaching, near the wetlands, near the riverbed itself. Um, the first thing that you guys smell is kind of it's a very fishy smell, but it also smells a bit rotten. it doesn't smell really nice, and you can assume that that's what the people smell in the villas. Um, as you come out onto the open from the cliffs, if you look up, you can see all the rocks that you saw from the villa itself as you look down, uh, the wet rocks and soils. Uh, Now, in front of you are the wetlands with trees and large bushes, which you have to wade through. Ran, would you like to do some shaping for this?
Yeah.
What do you see in front of you?
As you climb down this sheer kind of drop on either side, on this tiny little passage that we take of the galley, you notice on the underside of the stones, and in itself, the stones has this sheen on top of it, and it kind of shimmers and reflects each color depending on the direction you look upon it. But on the underside of it, you see fungi that have begun to bloom. They are bluish white with this powdery surface. And in the center of the the dome shape, there's almost tiny mouths that kind of opens and close, that matches the rhythm of your heartbeat.
I love that. I love that. Do you pick one up?
Yeah, and I taste it as well.
Of course you do. Of course you do.
Yeah.
You don't need to make a. You don't need to make a check for that. I feel. You tell me, what does that taste like, actually?
It tastes like this subtle and tugging grief, like a low drone on a large string instrument. And there is also this very subtle aroma and aftertaste that resembles fennel, of all things.
The first card that you guys unlock or make it so right-wise is the wetlands card. So the journey through this would be slightly easier. Things will be slightly more in your favor. As you're traversing through these wetlands, I need the two who have stilts to make me traversal checks. The difficulty is at 2.
Well, it's a good old 50-50 shot. That's a 4.
That's a 3.
Awesome. So as you stand up on these stilts, also holding it with your hands, these stilts aren't just normal everyday stilts that you would feel like uncomfortable with. These stilts are particularly made for balance because people also walk on them and they work on them, and this and it is made for all kinds of conditions, especially wet conditions. So as it sinks down into the wetlands below, into the water below, it is easily able to find its footing, it is easily able to find its grip. That also is an indication of the riverbed itself. The first thing that all of you notice is a sheen on top of the water. This sheen, if you look from a particular angle, it reflects, it's like it's reflecting white light. And if you come in contact with it, which two of you do, it starts to burn. Do you?
I know that you're not looking at the chat, so I just wanted to let you know that a donor gave the charity $40, and the way that they want to shape the world is a small community of
Hijra.
Hirja that live in the wetlands. They create elaborate clothing from colorful feathers and dry reeds. They have Bihari accents, obviously. So, looking forward to that. Don't know what that means, but enjoy your face palming. Can't wait.
Okay.
Now,
Yeah.
I'm ignorant, but I did see before we started this stream, people were trying to get you to do this accent, which is completely
why?
unknown to me, but apparently this is specifically to troll you. So love that for you.
Yay! Get trolled. Show us. Show
Love
us.
to troll the GM.
Love to troll.
Okay.
Enjoy.
Okay. So I will do that. Who's that person who unlocked that?
That
I'm
is Sequoia the Witch.
I'm gonna I'm Sequoia the anyway, but I'm going to do that. But just give me a moment. I will get to that. That actually I can integrate that into something already. So you see a sheen on top of the water, and it starts to burn, and it doesn't feel like anybody who or anything which is immersed in the water itself would find it particularly pleasant. Any creature itself. There is a kind of instead of a rotting smell, this close to it, there's almost toxicity in that smell. If you breathe it too much, it will start to burn you. This is when the card is right wise. So I'm glad it wasn't inverted. Otherwise, it would have been worse. Coming to next. In the wetlands itself, there are trees and bushes rising up from the water itself. There is a mixture of soil and sediment as well, which are some have risen up. They have formed like small islands of soil. We also unlock an opportunity card, and on this opportunity card, we see, or rather, all of you hear a coughing sound. coming from down the ways among the trees and bushes. You can choose to go that way, or you can choose to go in the ways where it leads straight to the river.
Oh, that's an opportunity if I ever saw one.
You still hear the cough.
We're following the stick people, I guess. If you're going on ahead of bundle.
Yeah. I mean, I think that if someone is down here, we should probably check up on them, especially if they're coughing so badly. Maybe we have something that can help.
And I use either, I'm not sure which one would be better, Sixth Sense or Keen-Eyed. I just want to be able to see if Cielo could see or sense, use their guardian awareness to kind of get a feel for what's going on here a little better.
I think you can choose either.
Cool.
I'll leave it up to you. Depends on what you're trying to do.
I guess I kind of want to see if something. I'm sorry, I was playing Monster of the Week recently, so my brain is like, what is being concealed here? But I just kind of want to see if there's a monster or a creature or something that's causing this person to cough, or if it's just the water.
Okay, so when you I'm just checking the rules for sixth sense, which is an exploration skill. When you were young, the wilds called to you. Your sight, smell, hearing, touch, and even your taste registered this yearning. Now your exposure to the wilds has given you sixth sense, allowing you to feel which the winds which the wilds feel. So it's more about the vibes of the place, I would say, or what's it telling you to do.
Which is why I
um,
wasn't sure if I wanted to do that or keen-eyed, which is a little bit more about most people filter out details of the world around them, moving through life, hardly seeing anything, but you know that there is much to be found where you least expect it, and little
let's
flies
do
pass you. Yeah,
keen-eyed because it is a traversal skill and you are trying to find your way to
traversing.
the sound.
Okay,
I'll say this would be another two. This is uh, an easy roll.
that is a 4. I love traversal.
Okay, the dice gods are favoring your traversal. So the first thing that you see when you bend around the corner of a tree in the wetlands, you see a person, standing in the water with their feet in the water. Uh, their garbs, simple kurta with uh, with bandages rolled around both of their hands, holding something akin to a shovel, but it's more like a rake, and they are, just sweeping things from between the bushes and taking things out, and it feels like it's not just garbage, but it feels like solid foam. That's what it looks like. That it has gathered in the crevices of these flora over here that you see, and they're just like digging it out. काहे का साला ये यहाँ पर काहे घुस गया साला. I told them that I do not want to do this, but I would have been better in the south. I it would have been much better there. And who am I even talking to? Who am I even talking to? अरे साला, अरे साला, निकल बे, अबे निकल साले, निकल. And they're just like trying to pull uh, that kind of pollution, I would say, out of the bushes. And the vibe is that they're just tired of all the work that they're doing and they're probably sick.
Dale's gonna look to the rest of the party like, this is a human, not a creature. Y'all got that.
I think Bundle's gonna trundle over, and just saying down like, "Hello down there. Are you okay? It smells awful down here. Can I give you something? Like, it sounds like you got a pretty nasty cough there, friend."
कौन है बे? कौन है बे? Who are you?
Oh, we're with the Mapamundi Institute. We're here to investigate sort of whatever weird pollution things going on down here.
And you see this person, with the hair up in a bun, a mask over their face, and a mark of a three-eyed bindi on their forehead, which is not, I wouldn't say synonymous, but it is generally attributed to the Hijra community, the trans community in Karagoma. That's one of a markers for them. That it's the kind of a trinity kind of a thing, who they are, who they used to be, and who they want to become. That's kind of a marker for them. अबे मापा मुंडे, अच्छा, Huh? Come over. Come over. I will tell you what is going on. Idhar, idhar, idhar. Come here. Come here.
Uh, the bundle looks back at everyone, gives a thumbs up, and bounces over.
What has Mapa Mandi done to make this river pure? Huh?
I mean, I know Bundle looks around and it's like, well, that's what we're here to do. I think I think we've sort of asked around to figure out why it's so weird down here, but we're here to fix it, and like gestures at all of our friends here, like we're here to sort of figure out what's going on.
Have you heard of the Mach Mandala? Have you heard?
Yeah.
I am from them. Okay.
Actually, did
we
Bundle
have
hear
been
about that?
we have been writing letters to the Mapa Mandi Institute for 2 months about this shit, literally, and they pick out like a bunch of foam with their bare hands. ठीक है. I've been writing letters for 2 months, and now you come. Do you know how much damage it has caused?
I think we're rapidly finding out.
Did Vumi say anything about this?
It wasn't. So, what particularly thing about the letters?
Letters, the situation, anything?
No, they did not. In fact, that's something I think you can deduce that it was kind of not deliberately let out, but they could have mentioned it if they got it, but they didn't. What could be the reason? That kind of a thing. Maybe we'll find out in a sequel, to this game which is happening.
Well,
listen, सुन, रुको जरा, ठहरो, wait. Why are you here?
we were sent to investigate why the river is foaming and why the local people are hearing melodies and clicking. We believe that we know the reason, but there might be creatures that need our help that way. And if we bring back evidence or proof, we might be able to stop the families who are using this substance called fire snow to decorate, which is poisoning the environment.
The thing is, if you take this fire snow up to wherever you are going, by the time it will just fall away like water. It doesn't last. That is the problem. So you either have to bring them here. If you want to go to the creatures, there are a few creatures. I've heard those sounds. Okay, I've heard those sounds. Those are that way. You can go that way, and just know that they just be kind. Okay, it is their water. It is not our water. Okay, so whatever you do, be respectful. If you can sing, sing. Do you have any medicine with you? Do you have?
Are they
Bundle will
willing to
rummage
sing with
around.
us?
Sorry,
think-
what did he say? Do we have medicine with us or a singer with us?
Medicine.
Medicine. I have the diagnose skill.
I have resourceful, in hopes that perhaps.
I think you do have some herbs and mixtures and pastes which you can, trudge up something.
Bundle also
And
stole something.
I did steal something that might be helpful.
you didn't steal as much as somebody put something in your pocket. So as Karan left you at the edge of, the wetlands, bundle, you'll find a small whistle.
Yeah, I think Bundle's like patting their pockets and is like, I don't know if I have any medicine. That's weird. I have this whistle. I don't remember finding that. Interesting. And we'll sort of like just sort of put it
If
back.
Son, if you can't sing, whistle. Okay? Whistle.
I'd be willing to sing, if that's what they want.
Okay. ठीक है. Very good, Mapa Monday. You came here. Thank you for finally answering and coming here. But I have work to do, and they like take their mask off, and you can see like around their nose and wherever they're breathing the stuff, these sort of acne kind of spots starting to form. But as you can see, I am the only one who's cleaning this shit, and look what it is doing to my face. Okay, so you go take this face, give it to your Mapa Mandi leader, and shove it up their ass, so that, or better even, shove it up all these nobles' asses. I think they clean it with gold or something, that nothing ever happens to them. So do that and go. Okay. Thank you so much.
Before we go, is it possible for me to use the local knowledge skill, since we're taking this mask that he's giving us as evidence? Is there some like local herb collection that I could gather, something to make to like a poultice of some sort to stuff up his nose, just so he's not completely defenseless against this?
Not exactly, but you do have these particular leaves which are bitter to taste. These are mainly used as balms, but they can also kind of help ease the breathing, essentially.
Sure.
So you can give them these leaves.
I will.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
And like they take them like reluctantly, and they just like rub it over here, over their nose, and yeah, they're just keeping it stuffed near their collar just to be able to rub their nose. Okay, you want the thing, you go turn that way is to the river, and you will find that, you'll find that person there. Go, very good, you're doing good job Papa Mundi, go that way.
We go.
And we do that.
Bella's like, okay, people are stressful.
Leave.
People are like really into their jobs right now during this festive period. They just want this festivities to be over. Okay.
Before
Yeah.
we try to
Yes.
purify the water,
Mhm.
and this is to my colleagues, not to this guy. He's gone, right?
Yeah, they're busy with cleaning it up.
Perhaps we could test it out on this sample before we try it and possibly fail in the water.
Sure.
That's right, because you do have that bucket.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so what are you trying to do? Like, I'm so sorry to
Right.
interrupt.
I'm hoping to figure out like test out a couple different ways to possibly like purify, like separate water from the foam, because I have a
Okay.
bucket of it.
Okay. I think this would be. Can you?
I
I
don't
think
think
this would be a patterns. I think the closest
Oh,
thing I could find out would be a patterns.
okay.
Uh,
I don't have to do this. I'm just asking the group if someone is good at this kind of thing, but I can
yeah.
also try to roll
But
pattern.
if you want to do that, would be patterns. If somebody else has anything that would be closer to this, um, you can let me know.
Perhaps study. Go ahead, Ad.
I have a pitch. I don't know if this is the best fit, but I do have inner workings, which is something that, well, I'll just read it off really quick. You spent your life watching craftspeople at their work, learning about what you could do. Learning what you could do before you began your own training. As such, you have a basic understanding of a certain craft, such as the creation of simple objects, mechanisms, or alchemical brews. I think perhaps, given that there's such a heavy leaning on paints and things in this area, maybe the craft that Bundle knows is, things to do with setting and unsetting things in liquids, right? Like either stuff to make stuff like I forget the science word because I was an English major. The thing where like things attach to the bad things in water and then draw them
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, I totally get that. So, what's the skill that you have for that?
That is a deduction skill.
Okay, so I think this would be at least a 3 difficulty that you need to cross, that you need to at least hit.
Sure. That is a 50-50 shot, unless anybody else has a better pitch.
I think it makes sense. There's no way to like aid or anything in this game, is there?
I don't think so at the moment, but there is something that I have in store for you. Just make this check for me, please.
That's a big 6.
Ooh.
On a big 6. On a big 6. Describe to me what exactly you are doing, because you will find a way to separate this. But I need you to tell me what is happening, and I will give you something. Something happens next.
Sure. So forgive me again. Science word hard. Also, I've been awake a very long time. So bearing all of that in mind, I know that like there are things that you can add to water, specifically like dirty water, that will pull out the impurities and sort of like clump it up. And I know that there's sort of the opposite of that in paints that will like help stuff stick together, right? And so I imagine that in Bundle's bundle, right, somewhere in there, they're looking through and it's like, no, that's for paints, that's for oh yeah, here we go, and pulls out just like a small, like a little vial of powder, like some sort of like obvious powder that maybe it's like a sort of a bright red color, and when it interacts with impurities in in a liquid, like it sort of settles to the bottom with those, leaving a layer of like a clean liquid on top.
You are actually a genius. You are so cracked.
Science.
You do this, but this material, these elements are kind of alien or invasive to this water soil. There is something else which helps you do this. As you are doing this, you hear a sound from the branches. As you're doing this, you start to hear different sounds from the branches observing you. Hoo-hoo, 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 hoo-hoo. as are you working on your hands, with your hands, to, you know, do the thing that you're doing, on both of your shoulders land two birds, the same type. These are cuckoos, not native to Garagoma. They themselves are from another land. You have, is anybody here from Barbecia? I think it was. No, right? Never mind. Forget I said anything. But you do see these cuckoos. And as you're working on this, the sound they make, it kind of starts to vibrate the material on top, and almost like it's vibrating it and it's separating and joining together right on the beats of ooh, ooh, ooh. It's helping them clump together, almost like magnets attracting each other.
Oh, is the cuckoo and this substance from the same area? Is that what I'm understanding? Like, is
Could
this
be.
a
There is a
potential solution to make a non-native thing native, kind of?
could be, could be.
Oh, shit.
It feels like there's always like a balance of things. Nature provides a solution to a problem if we let them. But seeing this and observing this, would it be possible to learn how to imitate or repeat the tune? Because I have an ability called Signs in the Wild.
Yes.
And
So,
yeah.
so do you try to again, for those of you who don't know, and for my players, the creature is right now passive for now. Uh, you do see, these, you would know that these birds are not native, especially either to Garagoma or especially to Gomantara. Uh, but you have heard of these birds which can mimic, essentially, mimic things, mimic sounds, mimic behaviors. They are also an invasive species.
Yeah.
So, uh, there is currently, in theory, you can probably find a way to do this, but you have to like mimic them. By the way,
Yeah.
we're not in the interaction encounter phase yet.
I was worried.
It's not the encounter phase. This is just a creature card that you unlocked.
Okay.
One of the unlocks which somebody donated was you turn the thing rightwise. This was one of the things which turned rightwise.
Right. Well,
So
so
they're not
even
aggressive.
even without interacting with the birds, can I like passively study them and learn their song, because
Sure.
it seems to be a solution of
Give.
some kind to us.
I do believe you have the read interaction. The read, right?
I have the yes. Mhm.
So this will be an interaction with them. So like give me a deduction check of, I would say 3.
Okay. Uh, 5.
A 5.
Yeah.
So it is a simple melody. It's just 2 notes. Woo-hoo, woo-hoo. But there is a pattern to when they make these 2 notes. There is a pattern to it. There's a certain beat that they follow, which to human ears would sound irregular, but there is a particular pattern they're following. It's not a sing-songy pattern that humans follow, like da 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 da. It's not like that. It's hoo hoo, pause, hoo 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 hoo, and you start to find like, okay, there's a pattern to singing it. There's a pattern to making this tone. You would need to find a way to make this tone, but there is. You can probably either find people, you can find equipments, but not in the wetlands. But for now, you do know that there is a pattern to these two notes. And it is at a specific pitch, it is at a specific note. It's not just random. Woo-hoo. There is a specific pitch that you have to hit, there's a specific note that you have to hit. That's what you get on a 5. But you don't have any means to replicate it right here.
Is there any way to like have a more specific and certainty about this pattern with the patterns skill unnecessarily? And also I do sing as well. I have that, so I wonder if it's possible to like imitate that with like almost listening to the song and using almost like a dance move to imitate the rhythm while deciphering or like learning this pattern.
Sure. Uh, I think your read check does give you, what kind of a patterns it is, but in order to mimic it, it will be a more difficult role
Okay.
at the moment. So for this, it would be your skill check for sing, which is your exploration die, and this would be at least a 5.
Okay. Do we have the like can add one to the die or whatever thing that we got, right? Something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I added that. I would have given you a 6.
Because if I could add to this new role, it could be a 5.
No. So like the unlock was you reduce an ability by 1. So this was
Oh, right. Okay. I understand.
they reduce the difficulty by 1. So it doesn't Mappa Mundi doesn't use modifiers for particularly. So yeah, for now it would have been like a 6 difficulty. So I like
Okay.
specifically put it at 5.
Got it. No, I rolled a 4.
I have behaviorist, if that would work.
No,
Okay.
not particularly. But you do know, but you like I will give you that you do find the pattern in which they are singing.
Okay.
So there are ways to mimic it. But currently I wouldn't say you have the tools to do that.
Next step: teach dolphins to mimic cuckoo noise. Profit.
You see the sludge separate and clump in the bucket, and you can easily remove it. And you can see that, okay, maybe some elements, some residue is left in the water, but it's mostly, you can feel like whatever is left is mostly dirt, not that sludge. And dirt is fine. People can find ways to clear it, but at least it's not the toxic sludge. Okay. Anything else that you want to do?
I think we move on.
We move on. All right. So, by the way, what do you do with the bucket? Are you carrying it still? You can hang it
Well,
off a branch if you want.
the
I'll give you
the
that.
sedimentation has been completed, right?
Yes.
Like we have separated the thing. Okay. Can I just take off one of the layers of shawls that I'm wearing and I use it as a filter? And I'm gonna pour the clean water out, and then I'm gonna take the substance, wrap it in, and shove it in my bag.
Cool.
I have a bag, I'm assuming.
Yeah, you do have a bag, and you separate the sludge from it. It's you cannot wear the shawl again, by the way.
Yeah, no,
It is now forever a cloth which is just there when you have to clean some dirt off something. It's going to be one of those things, one of those cloths now, not a shawl to be worn anymore. You do put it in the bag. You pray to some god that your bag, remains fine. Maybe they will answer. Uh, and you move forward with the sludge in your bag. And we get to an opening from the wetlands into the actual river. And I want the other two people who didn't participate in the shaping to participate now in shaping the river for Garugoma, for the Garus River, sorry. You do know that the Garus River is the lifeblood of the North Garugoma. Uh, Pilgrims and travelers from all over travel to the banks of the river. They leave garlands in tribute to the river itself. And yeah, there are supposed to be legendary dolphins found here, but nobody has seen them in these murky waters for a while. So, who are the other two who didn't participate in shaping?
That
It
is
was
Adam and
Adam,
Val.
Adam and Val. So, yeah, Val, let's start with you. When we come on to this like large stretch of river, what do you think happens here? What do we see here?
I think at this point the river is kind of like you said, muddy. It looks like it's seen better days. So it's definitely got some of that foam. It's a little murky, but it's got like rocks and stuff like that. I just think that it's got this feeling of it was once beautiful, but is not so much anymore.
Mm-hmm. It was once beautiful, and you can also see bit of flowers, tied by a string floating on the river itself. Tributes left by pilgrims and travelers, and even native people to Gomantara, who are currently celebrating, the Garas tragedy, uh, the the festival itself. So there are markers of that, and there are also markers of the sludge in the flowing river as well. Adam, what else do you think we see here?
I think that with all of the little tributes and things floating on the river, it becomes very easy to see that whether or not it was always like this, maybe we don't know, but there are parts of the river that look much faster, like much more dangerous than maybe they ought to. Maybe indicative of something under the water having come unlodged and causing weird currents, basically. So you can see sort of like as some of these papers and flowers and things are going by, like some of them are going by fast enough that water is like whipping up little frothy bits that are hard to tell if that's the pollution or if that's just water.
Amazing. And as we see these frothing bits, you also see some shapes in the water as they're flowing, which doesn't look to be like any particular wastage or any particular tribute or anything that we see. And at this point, we hear a whistle. At the same time, it's almost sunset. The sun is going down, and the sky has started to darken, and we hear a voice. Not a voice, but a singing, almost like a lullaby. Not any human lullaby. And it's a whistle harmonized with a bassy drone. And I don't know if Video Ninja is gonna pick it up, but it sounds like. I don't know if Video Ninja is gonna pick it up, but it does sound like that.
Okay.
And it's kind of emanating from the waters itself.
Does it sound like it resembles wind kind of sifting through hollows of stones, like natural originating sound? Or does it sound more like just by the cadence of it, like because if a creature is making a sound, it's going to have a different cadence than when the wind sifts through the hollows of stone from erosion of waters and things like that.
The sound that is coming through, and I'll give you this as a clue, because that's what was, I think, one of the unlocks, was that it is not something which is formed by natural things, not by drafts between two different things. It is made by hollows in the skull, essentially. And at this point, we're going to take another shorter break to bring a word from our sponsor, Mappa Mundi RPGs by 3 Sail Studios. So we're going to take a very short 5-minute break before we go into the last phase, which is the encounter phase, where we actually meet our creature. So Steve, feel free to take it away to our video at any point now. Oh my god, Steve almost fucked up. It wouldn't be a pantsless. Oh shit, I hear myself. I should not hear myself. I had unmuted the stream and I heard myself and I was like, no, that's not how I sound.
Great.
Yeah.
Oh, good. We're back. Okay.
We
Everything's
are-
fine.
Everything's fine.
Nobody died.
Nobody died so far. And
yet.
anyway, in Mappa Mundi, death is not something that we are worried about, because it's not a game which focuses on dying mechanics and all shit like that. We're here for vibes. We're here for preservation. We're here for a little bit of side exploration or side adventure. And at this point, let's transition the screen, Steve, to showing the actual creature on the side, if you can. That the players can also see on the stream if they want to. I know it doesn't show on Video Ninja, but we are going into the encounter phase now. And at this point, as you hear the whistling sound, a head bumps up from the river, and you see this dolphin just swimming around in the middle of the river itself. And it seems like it's twisting around, the patterns of, the river is following through the rocks and is trying to approach you. By the sheer size of it, by the distance, you can assume it's almost as big as 3 of you put together.
Great. Cool. Fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. Bundle takes out the whistle and is like, I really hope this works. And blows on it.
Okay. So, do you have let me see what skill you have. You know what? I want you to make a provoke interaction roll, please.
Sure.
That's a deduction skill,
Cool.
and this would be another 3 for you.
That's a 4.
That's a 4. So, Um, since most of the cards, journey cards deck that we unlocked were rightwise and not inverted, the creature is now at a passive state, so it's not aggressive towards you. As you make, as you blow on the whistle, this is the first time you're blowing on the whistle, and it almost makes a low pitch sound which is matching with the low droning sound of the dolphin, and not the whistling sound, but at least one part of the sound. So it's just like that. It makes that kind of a sound, and the dolphin stops in from approaching. It's just kind of floats in the middle. It doesn't approach anymore. And at this point, you do find you're going to unlock a few behaviors for this creature. One of the behaviors that you unlock with this is, oops, sorry. What could it be? There are a few behaviors for this. I would say this unlocks a behavior, which is that it's a whistler. So that's one behavior unlocked. You need to unlock, I would say, at least two more.
Can
Does it
I?
look?
Or I can give you
Oh,
more look before I can give you more information.
Can I use my play ability?
What
To
ability
play
is
with
that?
monsters, creatures, and humans have many things that unite them, but the most fundamental experience that connects us all is play. From the young to the old and all in between, playing is a universal experience, and one that represents joy, learning, and social bonding.
Sure.
Though, yeah. So I figured it could just try to play with Dolphin and figure out how do Dolphin.
How
Okay.
dolphin?
How Dolphin.
So you're trying to play with it, right?
Mhm.
Any describe me an action that you do to like invite the dolphin to play.
Well, since the whistle didn't seem to make it angry, I think Cielo will kind of, since they're on stilts, kind of make silly, not provoking sounds, but just kind of what they think is dolphin sounds, which is going to be very ridiculous, and I don't want to even try that. And kind of like whistle questionably. Well, they're not terrible at whistling. I'm not terrible at whistling, but
Okay. I will say this will be a slightly more difficult task. I would put the difficulty at 4.
okay, that's fine. This is traversal, so I get to roll a d6. Let's go. Be
Okay.
nice to me. 5.
Oh, a 5. Uh, as you try to play with it, as you try to like whistle at it, although you're terrible at it, like really, really, I mean, you're simply the worst at dolphin whistles. But uh, the the dolphin doesn't do anything. It just it just stays where it is. It doesn't really interact with you. You kind of feel it turn towards you because you made a sound of a whistle, but it doesn't as you approach it, it doesn't do anything. It just it's almost like, yeah, you're not even there.
Not impressed by me.
I want to sing to them, but before that, is there anything we can observe? Like, are these dolphins seemingly native to this river?
Wow.
Or
The
are they affected or infected in any way that we can see?
um actually, just give me one moment. I will tell you what to do for this. Uh, why don't you give me a read check to see like what are you do know that these are native. These are native.
Yeah.
These are known as the Garus dolphins, which people, some parts of Garugoma, or rather on the stretches of the Garus River, some people revere them, but they haven't been seen for a while
Mhm.
now. So I do want you to give me a read check to deduce like what's up with them.
Okay. That's 8-5.
Okay, fine. I didn't even tell you the difficulty, but you passed it. I was gonna. So, uh, do you approach it or?
Yeah, like ankle deep in the water, starts to approach, starts to like wade in the same rhythm that the cuckoo bird is singing earlier, but not incorporating that sound just yet into her own song, but is trying to gauge. Um, you read your audience before you sing to them. So that's what she's doing.
Um, if animals could tell you, or rather, if dolphins could give the indication that they're being shy, they are being kind of shy, like they're kind of scared to approach you.
Okay.
They don't like run away or anything, but it feels like they're kind of the only thing which attracted them towards you was the sound that you guys made,
Okay.
because yeah, because it kind of mimicked their sound,
Yeah.
but once they got to know that, oh, these are not dolphins, they kind of like they're shy, they're not running away, but they're like
Yeah.
kind of just there, it's not like they want to approach you or play with you or anything.
Right.
That's another
So,
behavior. So you have unlocked two behaviors.
so what I'm hoping to do
Shy
is
is another behavior.
I am going to sing to them, but I'm not going to attempt to mimic their sound.
Mhm.
I'm going to try to mimic their emotion, which is the shyness.
Okay.
Because I think I'm a shy person at parties, right? And all I want to do is just sit in the corner, and I don't want anybody to come over and talk to me. But if another shy person sits down and we're just, doing our own things, not talking to each other, that's great. So I'm trying to like evoke that kind of thing. So she kind of, this might be risky and it's going to bite her in the back in the future, but she's going to like sit in the shallow of the water, and turns her back against the dolphin, not back, just like not facing them, but kind of her side is towards them, so that it's not that she's beckoning them, but rather she is like positioning herself inside of this environment without being overly like intrusive. And she's gonna start to sing, "It's coming on too slowly. This foam is cutting through the water. The fish don't leap, and the reeds are sick. And all I want is to make it pure again. They pour in the ash in the fiery snow. They stain the stone. The lullabies have turned to moans. Oh, I'm so tired of tasting bitter end. Oh, I wish I had a river I could cleanse. I'd wade into its heart and make amends. Oh, I wish I had a river I could cleanse for all of you. Sort of in like Joni Mitchell's River, but appropriate lyrics for the world we have right now.
Rabia, please mark a minor injury on your character sheet.
Okay, sure. saw that coming, but it's okay.
It starts to burn your skin. It's at first it's irritating. It's like you want to itch, but the itch turns to a bit of like a burning sensation. You're wondering how the person you saw before, how the hell are they working with knee deep in the water? They're built different, essentially. Uh, this starts to burn your skin. It hurts, but the dolphin whose head is above the water, it's it's kind of like sideways, the way how you say how you sit sideways from a person, you don't actually face them.
Yeah.
You both of you, they're facing the other way on the same direction that you are facing, and you sing this. The dolphin can't sing in a human voice, but they dip their head underwater. They you feel like they're making a sound underwater. They put their head above the water as well. uh, they make a sound like almost like they're trying to speak to you, and they put their head underwater again.
Just kind of putting my palm above the water, not touching, lest I burn myself again. But it's in a position where if they poke their head again, it will reach up to my hand and receive a head pat if they want.
uh, they don't come to receive a head pat, but you feel a vibration in the water. Are you touching the water with the hand?
Ever so close, and then I think she does. I think she does touch the water, and just to feel the vibration and try to sense rather than hear, and taste with the touch in a way, to learn anything that's possible to be learned.
You see, or rather you hear the drone part of the whistle, but it's almost like it's in tune with the song you've just sung. Just the bass part of that song in the same melody. The dolphin wants to sing with you, but this is the closest it can come to it. You also feel now, after you've heard the singing, something touch your hand, something rough, something coarse, almost as if flakes of skin are coming off.
I would love, from the shore, I say to Ravia, if you can bear to be in the water a little longer, can you keep singing? And Ruve will hike up her kaftan and tie it in a knot, and just understanding that her legs and knees are going to get seared, she wades in the water. With one hand, she's clicking, or like she's like snapping with her fingers to the same tune. If Rabia can continue it, I would like to kind of get close enough where, if I can touch the creature and diagnose.
All right.
Yeah.
So, as you continue your singing, Ravia, just a gentle murmur of the singing continues, and you can hear like the bass notes of your song being sung by the dolphin as you see the rough skin, as you feel the rough skin. Please roll the diagnose skill. You have a D4 or a D6 in that?
Diagnose observation is a D6.
A D6. This would be a 3. Considering the creature is passive, and her singing, if it wasn't for it, it would have been a 4. But yeah, please roll at least a 3.
It's a 4.
Nice.
Awesome. You would have you would have succeeded anyhow.
Doesn't hurt.
What does hurt
Hey.
is the water.
Yeah.
What does hurt for you is the skin of the dolphin.
Sure.
Ravia, you are already in the water, you're already hurting, so this doesn't register for you. But Ruve, um, it's almost like the skin itself is becoming slowly toxic.
Oh, good.
They are not meant to interact with these elements. They live in murky waters, but even murky waters can be without pollution. So it does hurt for them to be in this water, and they cannot be on land. Guys, do you think, I know this sounds railroady, but do you think the lullabies that people heard, what were they actually? That people were hearing?
It's a cry for help.
That's what I would say.
It's plead. It's the creatures pleading for whatever they're doing to stop.
What do you do?
For one, she continues to sing. I try to dance to awake the tide, but every step just makes it ache more for you and for myself. I wish I have a river that I can cleanse. And I think to add to it, like following the pattern that we can muster and interpret of the cuckoo, she's actually going to start like adding the cuckoo's song, because we know that's a rhythm, that's a pattern that can separate the toxic substance in the water. Not sure how much help it's going to do, because it's being happening over the course of a long period of time, but you have to begin somewhere, right?
What if we form a chorus line and we all clap and sing and
Barbershop
say-
quartet.
Maybe a little.
Give me a sing check, please, for this. This would be a difficulty of 2.
Okay. That's a 6 for you.
Oh my god. Okay.
yeah.
Good.
This is a very blessed stream.
Yeah.
I got the crap roll right out of the way right at the beginning. That first roll, and then smooth sailing.
Yeah.
Okay. So, the notes of the gaps that the cuckoo has made, it's not exactly, but it's sort of fitting in between the beats of your lyrics. You're able to make it work. So as you're singing it, you kind of fit these beats in between, almost like a chorus singing behind the actual lyrics, almost like a classic doo-wop kind of a song, I would say. It doesn't really separate at the moment the toxic sludge from it, but you do the sludge does start to vibrate. It doesn't separate exactly, but it does start to vibrate along with the singing that you are doing, mixed with the cuckoo sounds.
I think Bundle pipes up, says, I bet if we could get everyone down here, I mean, we could make this part of the festivities, but if we told everyone what was going on, we could just get the entire mandala to sing, and maybe everybody, maybe it's a little cheesy, but maybe everybody's voices together can clear the river. Or maybe that's too hopeful.
I think that's brilliant.
We
Nothing is
also need
stronger
to
than
get
hope.
the nobles to stop poisoning the water. But hey, singing also very good.
Yeah, we do need to go do something about that. It's a pity we have that do
Singing
no
first.
harm mandate. Perhaps we could just use our words, I guess.
Can't
Be
punch
very
out a noble.
persuasive.
Dang.
Well, nobles aren't creatures, right? Like, yeah, that's no. I'm sorry, that's not.
Oh,
No, you're not wrong.
I'm bringing mothership into this. We don't have to destroy capitalism here again.
We can.
We can.
Actually, listen, we can start with the foreman or the person we took the bucket from. He knows people, they know people, those people know people. Can we, obviously, this would be longer than the next 5 or 10 minutes in game, but is that something that we could arrange?
Well, we can find out in the second part of this one shot.
Wow.
Also, you do have some balms, some herbs, and everything. If anybody wants to make a concoction,
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
just reminding.
Also, you said there are bones in the water. Can I pick up as a sample / evidence?
You do have a huge evidence in your backpack.
Yeah, you do have the slime ball.
Just a sludge ball.
Right, but that's not I'm assuming there are creatures who have passed away from this effect and left a bone. Based on your description, that's what I'm assuming.
You would be able to find them. Okay, but you currently are right now in the flowing river, so you would have to go into the wetlands to find it. But I think you will be able to find it, because here everything is going to flow away. If you want to take up this piece of skin from the dolphin, you can. I would say.
Yeah, then I'll do that to collect example. I'm not gonna pull. It's just something that's already sloughing off. I'm gonna pick one up and
Yeah.
As
Ethically
Ravia,
harvested slime. Sorry.
no worries. As Ravia does that, can I take a quick sketch of the dolphin as well?
Please do a sketch.
I will.
Is there any way to because I have the soothe ability, I can't recall exactly how it works, but the dolphin with the sickened skin obviously is in pain, so I would like to soothe the dolphin.
How are you trying to soothe it?
I think it's.
I would say this would be a more difficult check. I'm just
okay.
Yeah.
I imagine I have some herbs and spices and also clean water in my pack.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to pour clean water on the wounded part of the dolphin.
Okay. Please roll me a soothe check, difficulty of 4.
Okay. Soothe is what? Exploration. Okay, I have a D6. That's a 5.
Oh my god, how are you guys rolling so well?
This dice is treating me very well.
Okay. So it feels like almost like, again, the creature is already in the water, but with the water that you have carried, mixing in with the herbs, with the paste, making sort of a kind of a paste with it, where you took that flaking skin off, where it had broken off, you can kind of see a red spot over there. Once you paste it over there and sort of rub it on the top of the head, right where the sound hole is, where it makes the sound. It does kind of like a shake. The dolphin does like kind of a shake that when you put it over it, it jumps up from the water. Not jumps up, but it just rises from the water. And it just almost like gives you a kiss from the snout.
Aw. My
And
life is complete.
And at this point, that was the most like sore point for the dolphin. It is going to make a final sound. You don't know what that means exactly for now. It's going to dip and it's going to swim away. Is there anything else you want to do before it swims away?
We'll just say, I'll see you around. Next time the water will be clearer. Woo-hoo. And let him go.
Bella's just gonna wave bye.
It flows by your stills, and the tail, like, one of your stills. That's its version of playing with you.
Okay. I think Cielo's fine because like they're acrobatic and stuff, so they're just like, huh.
And as it swims away, the whistling sound is not haunting anymore. It's a bit more melodious. Maybe not melodious in the human sense, but dolphins have their own world. As it swims away, the sun sets likewise. You know the way back up the cliff. And as you make your way back to the cliff, you see a familiar face, the same Hijra, the same person from the Hijra community that you saw earlier, waiting by the shore. You went, enjoyed, huh? Enjoyed, nah, huh? No enjoyment? You did not enjoy?
Dolphin's cute.
I think we did pretty good. I think we had a good time. As good of a time as you can have.
The enjoyment is not the right word for it. It's more like receiving hope.
Hope, na. Tell Miss Bhumi that the March Mandala is coming. It will. We are just two people in Gomantara right now, but when we arrive at Mapa Mundi, she better lock the doors, okay?
I assure you that when you come, I assure you that when you come, you will be granted entry because this is you, is it not? 3 out of 5. This is the homie. I don't know if it's the right placement, but there's 3 Wendy's. Is this also the right time to show the other 2?
Please, yes.
Amazing job. Amazing job. Ron, you are a god.
What the fuck?
Dolphins.
So good.
This is so good.
I've been busy, y'all.
Oh my god, I love this so much.
All right, please continue.
So as you try to speak with this person again, they're just like walking by and just mumbling to themselves like, पता नहीं कहाँ से कहाँ से आ जाते हैं साला, यहाँ पर दिमाग खराब करने ये लोग, कुछ आता जाता है नहीं, खाली कहाँ का मापा मंडी क्रॉनिकलर्स बनने आ गए हैं ये करके. And he just like, they just like walk up the same way that you came from. Karan is not there, the servant who uh, led you down here, and you see fireworks explode in the sky. uh, Boom, 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 everywhere, different colors, all colors of the rainbow, all colors, all beautiful colors. You've never seen fireworks like this before. At the same time, you still hear the whistle of the dolphin and the hoo-hoo, a harmonious hoo-hoo, 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 coming from the trees in the wetlands. You have a few tasks ahead of you. And that's where we'll end this one shot.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, my players. Thank you so much for bearing with me as I run this game. You guys did amazingly well. I know I fucked up in a few places. Apologies to the viewers. Apologies to 3CR Studios if I didn't read the rules correctly. It happens. Shit happens. The next one shot is going to be better, which is going to happen. The sequel to this is going to happen. So as this game closes, I would like you all to please tell us a bit about yourselves and where can we find you on the all the socials. Starting with our artist, Liu.
Hi, my name is Liu Sun. I use she, her pronouns. Thank you so much for coming out to support Pantsless Pride and PFLAG this year. I have nothing specifically to plug except to say this is my first ever fundraiser. This is my first time kind of attaching my name to anything queer in the public space. So thank you for this platform and had a great time.
Awesome. Next up, Adam.
Sure. Again, my name is Adam Seats. I think I forgot last time. My pronouns are they, them. I am so thankful to Pantsless Tables and to you, Aman, for letting me come be a part of this. This is, I guess, my second charity stream this month, but also the other one being with Steve, and I don't know. I'm very glad to be able to help. It feels a little shitty to plug anything that I do when instead we should be plugging the PFLAG fundraiser. But I will say, if you want to find me and find any of the other things that I do, you can find me on Blue Sky at I Know Adam Seats.
Awesome. Next, we come to Ran.
Hi, my name is Ran. I use she, her pronouns. You can find me on Blue Sky as Burdick Inspiration or Rhino Riddler anywhere else on social medias. I am a theater director, so a lot of the things I do are not videotaped, and you can catch some of them if you pass by New York City on a theater stage somewhere or a place that's even more haunted than that. Other than that, it's been a pleasure being at this table and doing it for a right cause. And I'm glad the sequel is happening because by the end of this one shot, I have finally figured out how to play this game, I think. So there's that.
You were amazing. And lastly, but not leastly, well,
I am me. Yes, I'm Val, or Space Valkyries. Again, as everyone else has said, this has been really awesome. Thank you for having me. I've only gotten to play with Steve one other time, like because Steve is running this whole thing. That didn't transition that well, ADHD. But anyway, Steve is great, and this whole thing has been amazing. And thank you, Amon, for running this lovely one shot. But yes, you can find me pretty much everywhere at Space Valkyries. And if you want to read sci-fi fantasy stuff, you can find my work under the pen name VM Ayala, and that's all I got. Okay.
awesome. And Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Aman. I have been your narrator for this amazing RPG called Mapamundi. Check out Mapamundi at mapamundyrpg.com. I think that's the website. Check out Three Seal Studios. They have some more stuff coming soon. So take a look at that as well. Thank you so much, Three Sales, for sponsoring this game and the stream in general. Your contribution is so much appreciated for an amazing cause, PFLAG. You can still donate to PFLAG. It's an incredible organization dedicated to supporting, educating, advocating for LGBTQ people, their rights, and everyone who loves them. And we all love them. And for this month, for the few days that is left for this month, we are all gay, uh, at least, um, at the least, you know. So the Tiltify link is there. Please go check it out. Please donate. It's for a good cause. And we have made a few milestones this time. And I'm not going to take up much more time. I don't know if I should plug in here right at the moment, but since it is the end of the stream, Pantsless Tables is going to come up with another actual play uh, called God Killer Kismat, which is a God Killer actual play, which is being done in 5 different languages. Every episode is going to be in a different language, from Hindi, French, Spanish, Mandarin, and English. So please tune into that. One of the great AP players, Assis, is the main. I is kind of the one of the main God killers there. So please check out for her as well. And we'll be coming with God Killer, more information on God Killer Christmas soon, which is such an exciting project that we are working on. That's all I'm going to say for now. If I don't know if there's anything else I need to say, Steve. I don't know if you have to take over, or should I do an outro? What happens next? I've never ended a stream, so um,
We could just,
uh,
We could just panic.
we could just fuck off apparently.
bye. Thank you. Bye.